Hi, Rudi.
Hi, Gauri.
So we're going to talk about the famous number 7. 7 wonders of the world, 7 notes. So I would like to know from you how 7, the number 7 people, get affected, in their day-to-day life by what's happening in their environment or what's happening in their workplace or what's happening at their home. So I'd just like a perspective on that. And more importantly, I'd like to know what the main issues are with the number 7 people, as far as their health is concerned.
Number 7 people do not have a very robust health. They are kind of fragile. And if it is their psychic number, especially in their youth, they will have a little problems with lungs and mucus and coughing, because they also are governed by water.
Okay.
So they will have something of that kind in the beginning of their life. Because in the beginning of their life, naturally, mucus is stronger. In babies, mucus is very strong.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's also in the number, like number 7, then it is easily enhanced by that. Later in life, this problem can go. It can leave them completely, but lungs will stay very vulnerable. So smoking is something they should be careful with.
Okay.
And they have the tendency to do these kind of things. Many number 7s become writers, artists, painters, and these people always have
Yes.
some weakness somewhere with drugs, and they also need it for their mind.
Right.
It makes them kind of lose.
Perspective.
Yeah, they have problems with settled religions. They create their own way of thinking.
Philosophies.
They create their
yeah,
own
all
path.
philosophies, right.
They study many philosophies,
Right.
but they don't follow any religious strict rules and things like that. Although they are religious, they will always
Do the right
create
thing,
something which is new.
But does that work for all number 7s? Because you have the 7, you have the 16, you have the 25. So is it with all the 7s that they
The most lucky one is number 25.
Okay.
These 2 and 5 help to create the situations in which the energy of the number 7 can come to full expression.
Mm-hmm.
So writing, acting, poetry, painting,
Direction.
all these things are help. And also it will make them more practical. Number
Okay.
5 brings in a practical attitude. Number 7 can lose himself in dreams,
Okay.
in fantasy and dreams.
Right.
And number 25, 7
Mm-hmm.
has energy to focus and bring it into some product.
Okay. So what are the main health concerns number 7s have? Or rather, what are the things they can do to better their health if they are dealing with any health issues?
This attitude of worrying can really disturb their mind.
Mm-hmm.
Their sensitive spot is the thinking and imagining, and that can become haywire, and that can exhaust them, leaving them in a depressed state. That's why many artists that have problems with getting inspired sometimes use alcohol
To
or
help them.
use something to get that mind into that state in which it can create.
Okay. So is there any kind of practice, number 7 person should sort of get involved with?
Number 7 persons should definitely meditate,
Okay.
because this faculty of their fantasy can be brought to focus without losing its nature of creativeness.
Mm-hmm.
It can be focused, and in meditation it can be deepened out so that an idea can become worked out in a practical way.
Right.
You can fantasize a whole story,
Right.
but nobody experiences it. It has to be brought to a state in which you can tell the story or write it down or make a film out of it or paint it. Then it becomes real. Otherwise, it stays in the realm of fantasy and nobody can enjoy it.
So what are the food that 7 should concentrate on consuming? Like what should they avoid and what should they eat just to better their health?
Because their constitution is kind of weak,
Mm-hmm.
they should focus on eating light food,
Okay.
not eating too late after sunset,
Mm-hmm.
because then the digestive fire becomes less.
Okay.
And then the food they eat cannot be processed in a proper way.
Mm-hmm.
And that will, the toxins and the waste products which cannot be eliminated
Mhm.
will disturb their mind, their fantasies,
Mhm.
and everything will become more hectic and more difficult to precipitate into a product.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So is there any particular gemstone associated to number 7?
Number 7 will be helped very much by cat's eye.
Okay.
This like a moonstone,
Mhm.
but greenish
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes bluish.
Mm-hmm.
This stone is like it's a living entity,
Okay.
and when 7s wear it
Mhm.
as a gem,
Mhm.
it will protect them,
Okay.
and the stone will die if and take the problem of number 7
Okay.
on itself and
Right.
burst. When that happens, the stone should be offered to a river, and put in Mother Ganga,
Mm-hmm.
and you get another one.
So which days are allocated to number 7? Which day of the week is for number 7?
Like number 4, 7 has no specific day. K2 has no specific day.
Okay.
But because it's association with the moon,
Mm-hmm.
the Monday is a very good day for number 7.
So is there any kind of japa or any kind of prayer one should offer to number 7? Just so that there could be some sort of peace to the mind?
Yes, a very helpful deity is Ganeshji.
Okay.
That will give more basis to number 7.
Okay.
Gajananam, Bhutkanadi, Sevitam, etc. will be helpful for them.
Okay, great. Thank you, Rudi.
Welcome.